Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene is never short on headlines, whether it's her fiery politics or a personal life just as attention-grabbing.
The first reaction is, Marjorie's crazy.
In 2022, after 27 years of marriage, her then-husband, Perry Greene, filed for divorce, calling their relationship irretrievably broken. Now, whispers at the time suggested there may have been infidelity involved, though Marjorie never confirmed anything. But before the ink on those divorce papers had even settled, she was already stepping out with a new man, Brian Glenn. Now, Brian's not just any guy. He's the chief White House correspondent for Real America's Voice, a right-wing network that fits snugly into Marjorie's political world. The two went public in early 2023, and Marjorie even joked in an interview that maybe she was falling in love with the press. That's a twist she definitely didn't see coming.
At times, you're not always in control.
But here's something that's flown a little more under the radar: their age gap. Turns out Brian is reportedly 56, making him 6 years older than Marjorie. Hardly shocking in politics, especially when you consider there are couples out there with 20 or even 30-year differences. Still, it's one more interesting detail in a relationship that's already got plenty of them. Brian grew up in Texas, went to Lamar University, and yes, he was a Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity guy. He's been in the media game for years with a long track record of leaning to the political right. In other words, he and Marjorie seem cut from the same cloth, and not just politically. Both have had their share of, did they really just say that moments.
According to Q, now I'm saying according to Q, again, I don't have any proof of this, but we're talking about who is Q, so I'm going to tell you what he says. According to him, many in our government are actively worshiping Satan.
And if the name Brian Glenn doesn't immediately ring a bell, you might recall his headline-making exchange with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy at the White House.
Why don't you wear a suit? Why don't you wear a suit? You're the highest level in this country's office and you refuse to wear a suit. Just want to see if do you own a suit?
Let's just say the exchange didn't exactly go over well with the public, but it did have shades of Marjorie's own blunt style. Maybe that's why they click.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Even Donald Trump has had a little fun with their relationship. During a visit to a Florida detention center nicknamed Alligator Alcatraz, Trump spotted Brian and introduced him to Ron DeSantis as the boyfriend, very lucky, of Marjorie Taylor Greene.
She was working out pretty hard this weekend.
Yes, she was, wasn't she?
Brian later took to social media to gush about Marjorie, saying he loved her with all his heart. The couple has shared plenty of sweet posts about each other online, showing they're not shy about their romance. Brian's also just as staunch a Trump supporter as Marjorie, echoing many of the same political talking points she's known for, from questioning the 2020 election results to criticizing transgender athletes. But here's where relationship experts raise an eyebrow. Susan Trombetti, a professional matchmaker, points out that with two such assertive personalities, disagreements could quickly get out of hand. Imagine trying to de-escalate a heated debate when both people in the room thrive on confrontation. Yeah, not exactly a quiet night in.
How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person? Are your feelings hurt? Her words down. Oh, girl, baby girl. Oh, really? Don't even play.
Trombetti also notes that Brian's past remarks about women might clash with Marjorie's own brash persona, potentially creating tension. And if they're both unwilling to back down during disagreements, that could spell trouble. The concern isn't just about how they treat each other, it's also how that energy plays out in public, making their bold, polarizing sides even more noticeable.
My significant other draws us enough negative publicity. I don't need any more in my life.
Still, it's not all flashing warning signs. Trombetti says there's potential for them to be a powerful, if unpredictable, match. The key, she suggests, would be for them to separate their political lives from their personal ones, sharpen their communication skills, and find space away from the cameras. Which, let's be honest, might be the hardest part of all. Marjorie's personal life gets as much attention as her politics. And in that way, it's a lot like Donald Trump's. And here's a juicy bit. He actually cheated on his first wife with the woman who would later become his second wife. And guess what? the boomerang effect hit hard. She allegedly cheated on him right back. Now, let's take a closer look back at this scandalous chapter in Trump's life. Donald met Ivana, née Ivana Zelenskyy, in 1976.
Lady Trump, I was first wife. Okay. I don't know what is Melania problem. She just has to get over it.
She ended up in New York City for a modeling gig, and during a dinner with other models, Donald swooped in. He secured the group the best table in the place and joined them. Smooth move, right?
And I turned to my girlfriend and said, I have a good news and bad news. What is the good news? You're going to get a table real fast. What is the bad news? This fellow behind me is going to go and sit with us.
By Christmas, Donald asked her to go on vacation. They went to Aspen and had the most romantic time together. On New Year's Eve, Donald told her, "If you don't marry me, you'll ruin your life." Now that's the Trump we know. And despite having known each other for only a few months, Ivana agreed to marry him.
Donald always had a great head on his shoulder, and I saw the potential in it.
They tied the knot on April 9th, 1977 in New York City. And during their honeymoon in Mexico, Ivana became pregnant with their first child. On December 31, 1977, their son Donald Jr. was born. The couple went on to welcome 2 more children, Ivanka in 1981 and Eric in 1984. A picture-perfect marriage, right? But wait.
He did not know how to speak to them in the children way of thinking. So he was able to speak to them only when they came from university, when eventually was able to speak business with them.
Yeah.
You know, but otherwise he really did not know how to handle the kids.
Donald and Ivana weren't just partners in marriage, but also in business.
And I was chief executive officer, and casino really did very well. It was the most profitable hotel casino in the United States.
However, their seemingly perfect marriage hit the rocks in 1989 when Ivana discovered Donald's affair with model Marla Maples.
Did you see warning signs?
I really didn't. I really didn't.
It all happened during the family's annual holiday trip to Aspen. Ivana ran into Maples outside a restaurant, with patrons and the rest of the family watching.
We were actually standing near the restaurant, getting ready to put skis on. And I was standing there like an idiot. And Marla and Ivana were here. And there wasn't shouting, but you could obviously see there was some friction.
Turns out this affair had been going on for years.
Do you think unless the two had actually come face to face, you would have confronted that situation?
Well, it's interesting because it's possible that, maybe it would still be going on. I'm not sure.
The affair made headlines, and in March 1990, Ivana officially filed for divorce, resigning from the Trump Organization a few months later.
In my case, it was just so clear, and the trust was broken so badly that I knew that it was just no way it could be patched.
Maples and Donald continued to date on and off, and in 1993, she became pregnant with their first child. Their daughter Tiffany was born on October 13, which Maples later called the greatest unplanned surprise of all. Despite Donald previously saying he had no plans to get married again, the couple decided to tie the knot shortly after Tiffany's birth, on December 20th, 1993.
We really anticipated getting married and having a baby, not having a baby and getting married.
So why didn't you marry her right away when you found out she was pregnant? Why did you
Indecision.
The pair remained married for 3 years before separating in May 1997. Maples later explained the split, saying that they differed on how they viewed the world and how they wanted to raise their child.
So I think you always hope in a marriage that you can bring out the best in each other. But after many years, we realized we weren't.
However, rumors swirl that the real cause was Maples cheating on Trump with his bodyguard, who was caught with her on a deserted beach. Probably not just having a late-night stroll. But Maples have always denied the affair, of course. But it's not all bad blood. Despite their rocky past, Donald and Marla managed to mend fences. They even managed to share an Easter celebration in April 2023. Who knew divorce could come with a side of friendly get-togethers?
He's the father of my child. I do not want to ever speak negative about it. But do we agree on everything? Absolutely not. We would be married if we still agreed on everything.
But Ivana, who passed away in 2022, clearly wasn't ready to forgive and forget.
I don't want to talk about her. She's a showgirl, never achieved anything in her life.
In her 2017 memoir, Raising Trump, she didn't hold back, saying, "She actively participated in humiliating me in the media and indirectly put my kids at risk for months. I went through hell, and then I was expected to be okay with her being around my children?" Ivana's words reflected the deep hurt and betrayal she felt, a pain that her friends believe she never fully overcame. Well, who could blame Ivana?
He's free at the moment, isn't he? He's single.
Yes, he is.
Would you not like to get back together with him?
Nope.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, you would like to get back?
Nope.
So, with all this scandal and drama, who do you think was the true love of Trump's life? Let's discuss in the comments.